Good morning. This is Plum Silver. This draw is based on Mother Teresa. I was listening to a podcast a couple of days ago, almost last week anyway, on Nicholas TV interview, and the host mentioned something about Mother Teresa. He met her. I mean, he was sort of following a whole bunch of guru at one point, and like going to these sort of places and do meditation. Anyway, he felt very attracted to her energy. So and then based on a lot of stuff, I personally never really had any feeling for her, but I've seen other podcasts from other tarot readers, and they kind of had a feeling of not liking her energy either, based on their belief and or whatever they interpreted it. So I wanted to go see it. And well, here we got the cloud uh, card in the center. So right away we know we are being deceived because we have the fox at the top, we've got the snake here. And the first card I did put is the tarot card is the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands is a card of well, I'll put it back on the right way. It came the wrong way. The Nine of Wands is a warrior that's wounded, and he still has passion in a positive way. It's like, there's still hope. You went through a lot of hardship, but when it was upside down, I was like, oh, okay. So it's the negative side of the wounded warrior, which made me think of her as a martyr and a martyr. Like like an archetype that we will always probably believe she is. And religion will do that to you. That's what they do. So that's what I think a lot of people, how they feel towards that kind of energy, or they're sympathetic to this kind of martyr energy. Maybe that's why they felt good around her, because there's also that card here, the Hermit. And the Hermit is a card that looks down and trying to does its own thing, goes within, meditates, and has its path. And that's what she, I think, believed, that these cards here is telling me that this is her passion, and bringing truth, her truth. Obviously, it's her truth. Um, and then she will be celebrated. You'll see that she'll be celebrated because she won some Nobel Prize, and also became a saint. In the public, the garden card is the public that trust her. She's been basically given like a Nobel Prize. You see at the end here, we got a contract. Her messenger, she's the messenger. She brings this sort of martyr energy. And I really believe that. She's trapped here between a cult. There you go. We got the cult here. They've got her trapped. It's almost like, there's like a sort of sword, poof, like you look at the cross there. Again, you got to look at the beauty of things, like I mentioned in another video. And here we got the tower, which is an institution, very well established, mountain stuck. Like I would even believe they're like, so ingrained in her culture. And they are being recognized, the moon card, they're being recognized for that kind of martyr, that they manipulate her emotions. They make us confused here. Like the cloud card in the center is like, they're trying to tell us, the public, so trust this energy, like this is what you need to be. And it goes to a lot of very ancient cult history. If you look back into the history of the world, sacrifice was always like a big thing. As you look at these cards, you could see the emperor. Was her path, This is who she was going to bring down onto the earth, that kind of martyr energy. So she if you don't like her or what she's done, I mean, obviously she's a martyr. She gave her life towards children, I think, but there's a cult that kind of grabbed it and pushed her into this three-dimensional world to become this martyr, be recognized by the public, that they will believe this, this martyr energy. And she probably had to sort of just go along with it. She did what she had to do, like she will be celebrated for this, because there's a Nobel Prize that was given to her. Us, the public, the people need to recognize that this message, we will have to decide what we believe in it. And if we believe, like, whatever that contract is, the martyr feeling of her, then we sympathize with her. Then we look at her and go, oh my God, she's so great. And then other people say, well, have a real negative feeling towards her because it's related to this cult here. They deceive the people, and they're actually the snake cult, or like, I don't know, like when you there's a deception, like you can go back into the history and then trying to see who. I mean, it's the religion. I mean, we all know that the church has some pretty ugly history, really. And they're really at the base. Look at that, eh? They're really like they got you stuck. Yeah. They got her stuck, and the moment they grabbed her, whoop, they brought it into the three-dimensional world and the spiritual world. Like, she was trapped. Like, if you come with this martyr energy, you will be trapped into this cult. And because that's what they do, they keep carrying this. We need to be more recognizing and understanding this thing, this contracts that are happening on this plane, and stop being confused, because the more we kind of connect to this energy, we stay confused. This is like two faces. It's this card here in the center is basically saying you're gonna have to look at there's a duality here. There's a double personality, and yeah, okay. So there's definitely manipulation at the base of it. We know that this cult is the one who's grabbed her, and that's it. And now we're looking at two situations, but she's definitely a martyr. By choice. She chose to do this. And through her life, I'm sure she was quite disappointed with seeing what was going on in the cult that she was stuck into. I mean, I work with nuns in churches and all that, and they're just the sweetest people, and they could easily be grabbed, and that's it, and you're done after that, And they literally look down, and that's what they do. They don't question things, so because they're martyrs. And that's her energy. So I noticed that another podcast from a tarot from Janine, it felt like she was evil, and there was like some negative energy about her. And I think it's because it's the way the cult grabbed her, and her energy is a martyr. And then who likes that, really? I mean, this is the kind of message. Do you send that to people? Say, be a martyr? It's not empowering at all. That's why I probably was never attracted to that kind of mentality. And some people will, and that's why other truther will say, oh, she's so good and everything. And you're like, okay, maybe you're just sympathizing with that energy, the martyr energy, which we kind of need to become aware. And because see that card here in the future here is like we need to recognize this energy. All right? Now, hopefully you like this. I'll have some more draw based on other public people like this that come to my attention. Thank you very much. Okay, bye.